All right. So, are we seeing any trend in the battleground states? I know with the early voting and everything. What do you see? Where should we start? Nevada, for example.
Sure. Well, Nevada, that if you want to talk about the huge bright spot for Democrats, that's it. That's a state that in the polling was close all along, maybe even gave Trump an edge.
Right.
But if you look at the early voting, the Democrats just dominated in Clark County, which is where 3/4 of the state lives. It's where Las Vegas is, and is evidence that Hispanic turnout just surged in the last couple of days of early voting. The Dems are up by about 73,000 just in Clark County, which is actually bigger than the lead that Obama had in Clark County going into Election Day 2012 when he won the state by 7. So Democrats are feeling as good about Nevada as they are anywhere on the map.
So all we know about these early votes is that they got a Democratic ballot, right? One assumes that they voted for Hillary Clinton.
Right. We don't know who they vote for. You imagine there will be some crossover voting, probably in both directions this time. And if one is more than the other, then maybe you're talking about some surprises. But we really don't know.
And we certainly don't know how they voted for Senate, U.S. Senate. Right.
Right. Although there's some thinking there that if Clinton wins by, there's usually a certain amount. If Clinton were to win a state by 5 or 6 points, that's very hard for a Republican Senate nominee to overcome that with crossover voters. So the margins really do matter here.
How about Florida? What do you hear?
So Florida, it's very unsatisfying, or maybe true to form. It's going to be maybe the biggest nail biter on the map. Republican, Democrats,
yet again, huh?
Once again, exactly. If this race, if this election were to be close, there is a chance it could come down to Florida. I think, which is sort of a perennial thing we say, but it really is true. Democrats, I think, had an edge in ballots cast by a few thousand, maybe 10,000 or so. There were signs that Hispanic turnout is way up, and a lot of them are independent voters, so we don't know which way the independent vote goes. But demographically, Democrats are feeling good there. But again, it looks like it's going to come down to tens of thousands of votes, which in a state of many millions is not a lot.
The Clinton campaign winds up tonight in Philadelphia, not by accident, right? Pennsylvania
right.
Again,
and they're putting the whole show of force there too. There's about every heavy hitter that's come out for Clinton will be there. No, it's not an accident. I think if they've seen any weakness, Democrats, it's in their enthusiasm with African American voters. It's also a state that Donald Trump has wanted to be the linchpin of his path to 270 electoral votes. There's not a lot of evidence that's working for him yet. Clinton led in almost all the polls there. But they want to ice it there. They want to make sure that African Americans are energized to come out, and hopefully that has some impact too in places like North Carolina, where there's also a large African American vote.